that's not going to fly now. Hey, you guys aren't. Oh no, that was a professional team. This is kid stuff. Oh really? It's different. First thing I would say is we've got a really good board of directors. I've been really impressed with the amount of work that people are prepared to put in. I missed one of the meetings, and when I came back, we just had a short meeting earlier this week, I think, just to go through some issues for registration. And between the meeting I was at and the one I missed, the amount of work that got done was unbelievable. So there's a lot of dedicated, hardworking people. And when you're trying to start something like this, I think that's the best place to start. And we've seen some results today. There's an awful lot of registrations.
I think up around 100 registrations so far. It's a great crossover sport to develop stick handling skills, positional skills. It's the same number of bodies on the floor. You have goalie, 5 players, same sort of positioning. A little bit different in terms of shot clock, which means just basically possession. So once one team gets possession, they have 30 seconds to move the ball up, take a shot on the net. If 30 seconds elapses before that happens, the possession's done, and the other team regains possession of the ball. But positioning and the whole teamwork aspect is very similar to hockey. It's a great crossover sport. There's a lot of conditioning involved, but in practices, even for house league, we'll have to get the kids in shape kind of thing to get them be able to move up and down the floor. It is a lot of work. There's no gliding, there's no taking a few strides and then you can glide around the ice. It's none of that. It's all, you got to power yourself across the whole floor. So, yeah.
And it's amazing how fast kids will run when they have the ball and somebody bigger than them is chasing them.
That's right.
It's great. It's great conditions.
Yeah.
Yeah, the season's going to start pretty much the end of the hockey season because we need the rinks. So when they pull the ice out and the rinks are dry and ready to go, we can start lacrosse. So that's an excellent thing for the crossover sport aspect of it because we use rinks that aren't used for any other purpose. So, and it's great for those kids that they do their spring tryouts, but maybe they're on the bubble. They want to be in shape for the fall tryouts or the late summer tryouts. The condition's not going to get any better than playing lacrosse for 2.5 months. There's one other aspect to the game that I think a lot of parents overlook. You can't help but play with your heads up in lacrosse. Hockey, you're looking down at the puck. Lacrosse, you can't. You always got to be looking. And that crosses over to hockey. I found with my son, who played 3 years, the kids that he played with that were also on his hockey team, they all play with their heads up because it just becomes second nature for lacrosse. So, and that's a huge, anybody who coaches hockey, it's another thing you tell the kids, keep your head up, especially when they're playing body contact. So there's crossover skills that you don't necessarily see from lacrosse to hockey and vice versa. I think people get a little carried away with the physicality of it. You can't body check.
No.
You can slash and you can cross check, and that sounds really, really bad, but the reality is, from what I've seen, you tell me, there really aren't that many opportunities for that full-on crushing cross check. A lot of them are glancing because kids learn to move, they learn their laterals, change up their speed, and so there's a lot of glancing cross checks. As far as the slashing goes, the equipment that the kids wear, solid arm covering, and the slashes can only be on the arm. You're not allowed to slash on the head or on the back. So as far as that part of it goes, it looks vicious. I suppose it is, but as far as the pain element of it, I mean, you've played it obviously at a higher level.
And I wouldn't say there's any more injuries than hockey, but you're also wearing a lot less equipment, so that's got to be indicative of the safety of it, really. I mean, you're not wearing any pads below the waist aside from maybe a jock, but other than that, not as much equipment. So
3 years that my son has played, I haven't seen any major injuries. Not just him, but any of the kids. He's played up in Peterborough at the house league, and I have seen some pretty impressive hits along the board. And like I say, with the equipment, they have a full kidney and waist protection, and then your uppers, it's like a glorified hockey shoulder pads, but with full arm protection. And kids are a lot tougher, I think, than we give them credit for. They're wearing good helmets and stuff nowadays. aim for the April
April
second week, middle of April, get started. 2 games a week, and go to roughly the end of June. So it should work out to 16, 18, 20 games, something like that. I haven't done the math, but. Ideally, yeah. If we had the numbers, because it's a county association, County of Northumberland. I suppose ideally, if we had the numbers in Rice Lake, the numbers in Brighton and Grafton and Cobourg and Port Hope, that we could have a house league team in each center, then it'd be a bit of a travel, a Cobourg team to go to Rice Lake and play a Rice Lake team, or go to Port Hope and play a Port Hope team. So there's a bit of that hometown, rivalry thing going on, but it's still at the house league. And keep in mind, this is at the house league level. Certainly for rep teams, it would be, centralized out of the county. I presume you take the better kids.
Yeah. And with the season being 5 months away still, this is just a pre-registration in Cobourg. We're going to be running registration in Brighton and a few other places as well to get more families involved from other places in the county that maybe didn't make it out today. So it's hard to decide or figure out where all the players are going to be from today, but hopefully it's from all around the county, and we'll be playing arenas everywhere. So.